Hey, Shalom, first and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahshua Bashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to my apostles, the elders who rule well, taught us His truth, warned us of the things to come. Peace and salutations to the hopeful out here pushing this truth and sincerity. The water for which y'all do, we love you. We appreciate you through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem, Yahshua, and Shalom. It's your brother Dawud Dad here. I brought this out, giving you another edifying lesson through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem, Yahshua. And, you know, I play a lot of video games, and, listen, these video games ain't nothing to mess with, man. They're just as bad as the movies that come out. All right, when you brothers see Apostle Tahar and the other apostles and the other elders breaking down these different movies, the same can be done with these video games. All right, it's not a now. Of course, you're not gonna be wasting your time watching movies and playing video games all day. It's spiritual. You do it. You do everything in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? I play video games for a hobby. But of course, studies and stuff, they come first, all right? And then when you get some downtime, then you might want to relax and pop on a video game or something like that. But I'm just saying they have these different they always have messages in them. Because remember who rules the world, all right? Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hand of wicked, all right? And they use these different avenues such as Hollywood and video games and music, and their different commercials and media to spread their subliminal messaging across the airwaves, all right? That's why in 2 Corinthians 2:11 it says what? Let Satan get an advantage of us because we are not ignorant of his devices. Now, when people watch these movies, they don't see that these movies like the Dark Knight Rises, new X-Men movie coming out. Actually, all the X-Men movie, but the new one coming out is called Dark Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Avengers End Game. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't see this stuff. Now in this game here, this is Metal Gear 2. And you got movies like Grand Theft Auto that talks about World War 3. You got Far Cry, I believe Far Cry 4 or Far Cry 5, I believe it was. Talking about, like, martial law and basically Howard Shai coming back and martial law and these different rebellious groups and how the nation's divided. You got the game called The Division, especially the new one. The Division 2 talks about Washington going down. All these different types of things. So this is going to be a quick video on this one. Just bringing out some information. It says the Illuminati explained in Metal Gear 2. All right, now if you play the new Metal Gear series, the whole damn series is about the Illuminati. All right, from part 1 all up into I think the new one is is it part 5, I think. All right. I played them all, beat them all, and they have some meat in them. Let's just say that they blowing some whistles in there. But they control the video game creators anyway. They tell them what kind of content to put. Like, there's another game. Maybe I'll Google it right now. It's video game called Freedom Fighters. I'll show you what this about. Freedom Fighters is actually a game that was pretty much after the movie forgot was the movie where the Wolverines, not the Wolverines, there was the Wolverines in there. They was they're like a rebel group, you know what I'm saying? And they was after Russia and China had invaded. It's one of my favorite movies. Red Dawn, I believe that's the name of the movie. Red Dawn, and they did a remake. All right, that's what Freedom Fighters, this video game, is about. In this video game here, Russia takes over. All right, well, Russia invade, and just your average day, 9 to 5 average Joe. It's a story where he comes to basically to the rescue, start killing motherfuckers, and he picks up a gun from somewhere. He found like a soldier. He fought a soldier. He took his gun from him and started killing all the invading soldiers and whatnot. And then they started making different resistance groups and military bases. And the game is actually bad as hell, man. It's the older game, like for PlayStation. The game was dope, man. You know what I'm saying? You literally got to go in a different doing different missions and come back with gear and come back with some you kind of upgrade your base and stuff like that. But they kind of sell it like that, you know what I'm saying? Because they still gotta hide you got to read between the lines with this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid and I played the game, it was fun. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, this shit is fun. But when I got older and I remember, like, you know, the apostles, the elders, always speaking about the truth and how World War III and always America was getting invaded by Russia and China and all these different yeah, Russia and China, stuff like that. You know, I was like, damn, yo, that fucking video game that I used to play, that video game was like that, man. Like, we got it. Look, see, you see the red star, you know, getting attacked by Russia and shit. You know, this game was bad, man. You know, and then you go down in the sewers and, you know, build up your base. So I'm just gonna let this play out real quick, and you know, hopefully it's edifying.
Hey, sir.
Yes.
Mr. President, it's my understanding that the terrorists have managed to input the code sequence necessary for launching a nuclear strike.
That's correct. I punched the sequence in myself.
You're working for them?
If you asked me 2 hours ago, my answer would have been yes. Right now, they're keeping me alive until my vital signs are reconfirmed.
They betrayed you?
I wouldn't quite put it that way. I wanted power. They sought destruction.
But why stoop to terrorism?
I wanted absolute power.
But you're the president. You have power.
No, I'm just a figurehead.
See? And that's what everyone thinks. Everyone thinks that the president has the power. The president, man, you heard him. He denied it himself. He said, "No, I'm just a figurehead." You know, because why? You know what I'm saying? What is he? He takes orders, and he takes orders from somebody. Somebody's paying him. And that's who you people know as Illuminati, man. All right. And look, man, everybody knows who the Illuminati is by now, and that's only because the apostles and elders have been out there pushing that there's a secret society. All right, out here, causing harm and damaging the lives of the everyday civilians in America and across the world. Whatever they put their embassies and when they put their democracy, all right, because the scriptures speak about their democracy being basically evil gift. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's why these other countries don't never want to deal with America, man. If it's like, fuck your democracy. You know what I'm saying? Over there in the Middle East, they don't like American democracy. They don't want that shit. They don't want women having freedom and shit. All right? Because what happens when you give women rights and freedom? The scriptures speak against giving women certain rights and freedoms, man. You know what I'm saying? Give them not much power to gather abroad, man. You know what I'm saying? The reason why it says that is because that you give women too many rights and freedom, too much freedom. You know what happens? Yo, they run rampant, man. As soon as they talking about democracy over there, now you got a bitch wearing Habib or whatever fuck it is, covering she's wearing clothes that cover her whole body and her head as women should, not dressing like sluts and shit. But yet she's on a telephone pole twerking. That's showing you right there, man, what happens when women get power. First thing they want to do is fucking show their ass, man. The first thing, when you give a woman power, first thing she want to do is show her ass. All right? And that goes for you niggas too, man. And niggas get power and they want to show their ass, man. You know what I'm saying? And in another way, of course. You know what I'm saying? Not physically, but like, you know, you got niggas that just want to be niggas. Once you give them an inch, they'll take a mile, man.
I don't have any control. The real power is in the Patriots' hands.
Now, the Patriots are the Illuminati, all right? All throughout the series, from 1 all the way up until the last game, they talking about the Patriots' hands and Shadow Khan or something like that. It's like actually a few different organizations. It all goes to the Illuminati.
The truth behind this country.
Right.
I'm not surprised you've never heard of them. Very few are aware of their existence, even among those with code word clearance. Politics, the military, the economy, they control it all. They even choose who becomes president.
You see that? Hey, man, this thing is the truth, man.
The Patriots rule this country.
No.
Hard to believe, isn't it? But it's the truth. The space defense, income tax reduction, and national missile defense programs.
He says space defense. Now, what is Donald Trump talking about at this current term in his presidency? Space defense. The nuclear. Hold on, let's run that back really quick.
Policy that's been. But it's the truth. The space defense, income tax reduction, and national missile defense program.
Now, income tax reduction and national missile defense program. That's literally 3 key things that Donald Trump is literally talking about right now, besides building that wall. Getting out of treaties with Iran, getting out of nuclear treaties with Iran, getting out of nuclear treaty deals with Russia, getting out of nuclear deals with North Korea. You know what I'm saying? All these different deals that they keep breaking as far as nuclear bombing and testing and whatnot, and the tax thing, the whole with the taxing and shit, because they lying about that. People are finding out that their taxes are kicking their asses, man, right now. All right, ever since he's been in, and he's supposed to be making taxes better on people, but man, you get hundreds of dollars taken out of your check per week, because he don't rule. He can't do none of that stuff. All right, who you call the Illuminati, which they speaking about in this video clip, the Patriots hand. They control everything. They control the president's moves. They control what the president says when he comes out on his different speeches. They control where he goes. All right, what plane he flies, where he lands, all of that.
Every policy that's been credited to me was actually done according to their instructions.
Space defense was initiated by Congress.
That's what the Patriots want the country to believe. It's all a show. Democracy is just a filler for textbooks.
Exactly.
Think about it. Do you actually believe that public opinion influences the government?
No.
Yeah, man. They're literally telling you how stupid people are. People really think that is man. Listen, man. You people are gonna find out, man.
Controlled as the Patriots see fit. The people are shown what they want to believe. What you call government is actually a well-staged production aimed at satisfying the public. Huh? Don't look at me like that. I'm legally sane,
It's not your sanity that worries me.
The Patriots. Even I don't know who the actual members are. Are they financial, political, or military leaders? No one knows who the Patriots really are. Even my instructions come from a cutout.
I notice how they give you 12 indicators right there. There's 12 of them. Now, we talking about the Illuminati, and there are 12 banking families of the world, right? The ones that have over 86% of the world's wealth. Yeah, those 12 families.
I've been told is that every key decision is made by a group of 12 men, known as the Wise Men's Committee.
Your office? The White House?
Merely puppets, pawns in a game. By pledging my loyalty, an insignificant son of a senator was awarded the presidency. Of course, that wasn't the only price I had to pay.
What do you mean?
Even if a pawn becomes a queen, it is still just a playing piece. I wanted to leave my own mark in history, but my ambitions were... You'll understand someday. I wished to be a member of the Patriots. I wanted to wield the power of a king instead of being an expendable pawn.
And that justifies acts of terrorism?
Yes. I'd intended to use the new Metal Gear as a bargaining chip.
Bargaining chip?
But I underestimated Solidus. He actually wants to challenge the Patriots, even if it means the destruction of the world.
What are you saying?
Whether you believe it or not, the balance of power rests in the hands of the Patriots. They regulate the country's various interests through controlled presentation, staging a drama that is palatable to the general masses.
9/11, right? Staging false flag operations such as mass shootings, right? Pushing diseases out there controlled by the CDC, all right? Where they let loose a virus out there that's gonna can destroy cities within hours.
Can you imagine what would happen if they ceased to function? Picture a massive political vacuum, a space that every powermonger will try to fill for their own greedy ends. I'm talking about an unregulated power struggle, panic, civil war, chaos. Like it or not, the Patriots is an organization that must continue to exist.
So you changed your mind because you wanted to avoid global chaos.
Exactly. When I told Solidus that I wished to prevent disaster, he replied that pawns can never become players.
And who is this Solidus?
My predecessor, George Sears. That was the name the public came to know him by. I knew him by his code name, Solidus Snake. He was the third snake, preceded by Solid and Liquid, a survivor of the Les Enfants Terribles project. Neither solid nor liquid. He was a well-balanced masterpiece that the Patriots saw fit to entrust with the presidency. However, he fell out of grace with the organization 4 years ago. When acting on his own, he started an incident.
4 years ago. Shadow Moses.
That's right. At the time, the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, together with certain influential parties, initiated the development of Metal Gear Rex and an advanced nuclear warhead. However, this did not fall in line with the Patriots' plans. What's more, Solidus decided on his own to send his most trusted man, Ocelot, to provoke Liquid Snake, bringing about the said incident. As a result, he succeeded in obtaining Rex and the data on the warhead. But in doing so, he ended up revealing the existence of both Rex and the Genome Army, a blunder that earned him the wrath of the Patriots. Shortly thereafter, Solidus was removed from the presidential office.
I thought he resigned.
That's the story given to the general public. Following his resignation, the Patriots selected me, their new pawn, for the presidency.
But that would mean that the presidential race was...
That was quite a show, wasn't it? It was a well-scripted drama staged by the Patriots for the benefit of the...
See, for the benefit of the public. They do these things to entertain you people, man. They don't give a fuck about whether it's going to hurt you in the long run. Because they know it's going to hurt you in the long run. But you people are so blind, all you want to do is be entertained by niggas with slick, smooth mouths like Donald Trump. Alright? Alright? But y'all don't know what's behind. He's working for other people, man. Let's get that real quick. I believe it's Isaiah 55, and that's all I'm gonna just put it in here. It's just Psalm 55 and 21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were the drawn swords. So hey man, that's why it tells you in Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, all right? Because as iron rusteth, so doth his wickedness, all right? Because, hey, man, pride cometh before destruction. Just let the scripture speak, man. It tell you everything, man. You know what I'm saying? It really is no need to even, like, say anything, but, you know, a lot of scriptures have to be broken down a certain way. But, man, that's plain, man. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. When Donald Trump says things like, oh, the economy's doing great, it's better than it's ever been since I've come in presidency, just know that it's a big fat lie and the economy's actually about to crash. All right? And that's what you get, you so-called white people that voted Donald Trump in. Well, really, you didn't vote him in because they're telling you right now that it's not. He's already chosen. You know what I'm saying? So it's not you who's doing anything. All right, when you vote, but you people are proud, man. All right, and scriptures say pride cometh before destruction, man. All right, I'm getting another scripture real quick. Probably gonna close it up because y'all get the point about the Illuminati and the significance of reading between the lines with video games and whatnot. All right, just know you're not in control, niggas. So there's nothing you can do. Only thing you can do is lean on the Heavenly Father and His Son. All right, that's it. Yahweh Shai. All right. This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 6. And it says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are the hidden things sought up? All right. How do we know about the Illuminati? Why is the Illuminati a household name? Because the apostles and elders, starting with Apostle Tahar on down, told y'all about them, man. All right. And the other Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity, they told y'all. All right. Not some conspiracy theorist videos that you was watching 3 o'clock in the morning, eating a fucking Twix ice cream and shit, man. You know, and then smoking a blunt, and then niggas think they woke. You know what I'm saying? You're not woke, man. Alright? The apostles and elders are the only reason why anybody knows about any of this information. You people are stupid. You're the ones blind, just playing video games just to play them. Alright? Just watching movies just to be entertained by the movie. Not seeing the shit that they talking about right in front of you in the movies are the things that's actually the things that they're planning on doing. Alright? 9/11 was pre-planned. And they had plenty of predictive programming showing you that they were going to crash planes into buildings. But y'all niggas are still asleep, even with all this hard-ass evidence out. It's ridiculous. Verse 3, it says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Now, who dwelled in the clefts of the rock? What does the word Caucasian mean? It means cave dweller. All right? Whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's how you know it's talking about Esau, because they're proud as fuck. All right, and they put in their habitation is high. All right, just like that's why it says verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, because that's what they are. They put all these cameras everywhere. There's satellites into the sky. They make all these sky-rise buildings, high-rise skyscraping buildings. You know what I'm saying? And they get all the way up there, and they believe, oh, like, yo, who's gonna bring me down, man? You know what I'm saying? That's why they everywhere they go, they put the image of the bald eagle somewhere, or the eagle somewhere. So like, yeah, the eagle is significant for them. Being proud, man. They think they know everything. They think they're God himself because the eagle flies the highest. You know what I'm saying? And he also sees everything as he's scanning. That's what these different cameras and the satellites and these different high-rise buildings. All right. Esau's proud, man. Esau's proud. That's why, oh yeah, Donald Trump. But the nigga, they're showing you that you didn't vote for Donald Trump. He was already pre-selected. All right. So that's all I want to say, man. With that, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to my apostles, the elders, the great millstone who rule well. Peace and citation to our hopeful light out here pushing this truth in sincerity. So, what y'all do? We love you. Appreciate you. Do the spirit of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, and Shalom.